This message is for you, the chosen one. For those destined to hear it, its truth will strike deep. Your adversaries thought they could erase your light, but they never grasped the depth of your power. Each step they took was meticulously planned, but they couldn't foresee the divine energy that fuels your rise. Every attempt to bring you down only strengthened your resolve, revealing that you were never meant to fall, but to soar beyond their reach. You flourish in the darkness, breaking every limitation they set for you, fueled by a purpose they'll never comprehend. Your strength is unmatched, and those who seek your downfall have unleashed forces meant to destroy you. Two powerful energies move stealthily, their presence hidden, yet you sense their sinister weight pressing against you. This is no ordinary hardship. It's a calculated, relentless attack designed to break you. But they underestimate the unyielding force within you, a force that rises even stronger against every shadow cast your way. The struggles you face are far from mere coincidences. They are intentional strikes aimed at dismantling you. Each difficulty, each roadblock is not just a test of your resilience, but a meticulously crafted attack designed to chip away at your spirit. These trials aren't just meant to challenge you, they seek to break you. But what they fail to realize is that every calculated hit only serves to forge a stronger, more unshakable version of you. You are being refined, not defeated. You've sensed it, haven't you? That unsettling feeling, like a shadow stalking your every step. Your journey feels warped, twisted in ways that defy reason, as if unseen forces are reshaping your path. It's as though an invisible storm hovers above you, dark and brooding, ready to unleash its fury at any moment. The weight of its presence lingers, pressing down on you, but still, you push forward, refusing to be consumed by the storm that seeks to overtake you. The forces arrayed against you have made a grave miscalculation. They failed to grasp the intensity of the fire within you. They trust in their own power, but they cannot fathom the unwavering strength that pulses at your core, a flame that refuses to be snuffed out. Wave after wave, they send doubt to chip away at your confidence, like relentless tides trying to wear down solid rock. Yet time and again, they fail. You stand tall, weathered but unbroken, and this only deepens their frustration. Their energies are like dark shadows, creeping into your moments of joy, trying to smother them, but your light proves too brilliant for their grasp. They sow doubt in your mind, hoping the seeds of fear will take root, making you question the very path you were destined to walk. Their whispers echo in the quiet moments, urging you to think that success was never meant for you, that your efforts will end in vain. They want you to embrace defeat before it even approaches, to turn back when victory is just within reach. But these illusions are fragile, and deep down you know the truth. Your triumph is closer than they want you to believe, waiting just beyond the horizon. But you, chosen one, hold a clarity of vision that remains untouched by their attempts to cloud your mind. Even within the fog they've conjured, your sight pierces through, seeing past their illusions. Their veil is thin to you, their schemes transparent, and though you don't need to name them, you are fully aware of their presence. They may try to operate in shadows, but your inner light exposes them, leaving them powerless against the truth you carry within. The forces against you feed off chaos, trying to twist every minor misstep into a spiral of despair. They revel in your stumbles, convinced they've found weaknesses in your armor. But what they don't realize is that every stumble sharpens your instincts, making you more agile, more resilient. Each fall becomes a lesson, every bruise a mark of your strength to rise even stronger. Their attempts to break you land without success, and with every failed strike, their frustration grows. They can't comprehend how their efforts to bring you down only fortify your resolve, leaving them powerless against your unwavering spirit. Your endurance leaves them bewildered, for they've never encountered a force like yours, one that takes in their darkness and converts it into power. They believed their attacks were flawless, designed to break you, but their arrogance kept them from seeing the truth. You are not merely surviving, you are flourishing in ways they could never predict. Every burden they place on your shoulders becomes fuel. Every attempt to weigh you down only gives you the momentum to rise higher, moving forward with a strength they can neither comprehend nor stop. Their energies crash against you like waves against a cliff, relentless but futile. They can't grasp that the very storms they conjured have only made you stronger. You were forged in the fire of these hardships, shaped by the forces meant to break you. They thought you would be snuffed out, overwhelmed by the chaos they unleashed, but they cannot fathom the depth of your strength. There is a quiet, unshakable power within you, one that resists every attempt to silence it. You are not just enduring, you are evolving, growing into something untouchable, something they will never be able to reach. Their assaults arise from a deep-seated fear, a reluctant acknowledgement of your immense potential. Yet they hold no sway over your destiny. You are not their prey, but rather the force that will bring about their reckoning. Each attempt to undermine you only serves to reveal their insecurities, and you stand unwavering, embodying the very strength they seek to extinguish. Your resilience is not just a shield, it is the catalyst for their downfall, a powerful reminder that they cannot dictate the outcome of your journey. You are a force of nature, and their fear only fuels your rise. The initial energy assault struck with ruthless precision, aimed squarely at the foundation of your existence. It was like a violent fissure splitting the earth beneath your feet, shattering the stability you once took for granted. Whether it manifested as financial turmoil, an unexpected health crisis, or rifts in your closest relationships, its intention was unmistakable: to unbalance your world and leave you vulnerable. This force was anything but subtle. It was a relentless wave meant to shake you to your core, exposing you to doubt and despair. Yet, even in the chaos, you begin to find a way to rise, transforming each upheaval into an opportunity for growth. The losses you endured were not random occurrences. They were strategic strikes, aimed at shattering your spirit. Yet, even as this energy sought to weigh you down, it underestimated your resolve. You did not crumble as they had hoped. Instead, you stood firm amid the chaos they unleashed. Your finances may have appeared to unravel, your health might have wavered, and those you once relied upon could have faded into mere shadows. Yet through it all, you remained unbroken. The energy attempted to drag you into despair, trying to convince you that the ground beneath you was irreparably eroding. But rather than sinking, you learned to navigate the ever-changing landscape with a resilience that caught them completely off guard. They drastically misjudged your ability to adapt. While they spun chaos around you, you unearthed strength from the ruins they created. They thought the initial wave of disruption would leave you incapacitated, but they failed to recognize your remarkable capacity to harness power from the turmoil they unleashed. The financial strain, the health challenges, and the fractured bonds with those you hold dear were all meant to deplete you, to strip you of your essence. Instead of hollowing you out, these trials sharpened your focus and refined your instincts, turning each setback into a stepping stone for your evolution. You emerged not weakened, but fortified, ready to rise against the forces that sought to diminish you. This initial assault was a tempest of chaos, intended to blind you to your own potential and drive you into a corner where you would doubt your abilities. Yet they were gravely mistaken. Standing amidst the wreckage, you uncovered a profound truth. Your strength isn't rooted in your possessions, but in the essence of who you are. Each wave that crashed against you, each attempt to bring you low, only unveiled more of your true self, a resilience that remained untouchable by their machinations. In those moments of upheaval, you realized that your power lies in your spirit, an indomitable force that can withstand any storm they conjure. Financial setbacks lost their significance in the face of the immense resilience that thrived within you. Health struggles could not extinguish the brilliance of your endurance, and while conflicts with loved ones stung deeply, they only reinforced the truth that your journey is uniquely yours, one that no outside force can dictate. This energy was unleashed to sow division, aiming to tear you apart from within, convinced that isolation would lead you to despair. But rather than shattering your spirit, you transformed every piece of chaos, every fracture in your life, into a building block for something even more formidable. Each disruption became a testament to your strength, forging a foundation that could withstand any storm. You did not merely endure the attack, you evolved within it. They aimed to weaken you, yet their actions only illuminated the depth of your strength. Instead of crumbling as they anticipated, you emerged from this onslaught as something greater than before. You demonstrated that their attempts could never strip you of your power. Their meticulously crafted plan crumbled because they misjudged the unwavering force of your will. The initial wave was meant to break you, but instead you rose unscathed at your core, more resolute and determined than ever, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chosen One, listen closely. You were never meant to navigate this journey in isolation. The tempest that sought to shatter you merely exposed the unyielding strength that resides within you. Now is the moment to bolster your spirit with the wisdom and support of those who resonate with your true self. Embrace the connections that empower you and draw on the shared experiences that enhance your resilience. Together, you will forge a collective force that transcends individual struggles, transforming challenges into stepping stones toward a brighter future. The second attack hit with a ferocity that eclipsed the first, crashing into your life like a relentless tidal wave, determined to consume everything in its wake. This time, your adversaries intensified their efforts, amassing a force so formidable that it felt like tectonic shifts beneath your feet. They were convinced that where their initial attempt faltered, this suffocating wave of energy would succeed in dragging you under. It was an overpowering force, a tempest designed to extinguish all resistance. This challenge bore a heavier weight than before. It wasn't just a minor disruption, but a full-scale assault on your very essence, threatening to undermine everything that defines you. The isolation you felt was deep and suffocating, as those who once stood steadfast by your side began to slip away, not by chance, but by a calculated scheme. Your enemies had spun a devious web, expertly manipulating the perceptions of those around you, blurring their understanding of your struggle and diminishing their awareness of your plight. You reached out, yearning for support, but the hands that once uplifted you now retreated, leaving you to navigate the tumultuous depths of this battle alone. In the silence of your struggle, the weight of betrayal grew heavier, yet it also ignited a fierce resolve within you to rise, even when the world seemed to turn its back. It felt as though the world had grown deaf to your suffering, your silent cries drowned out by the overwhelming chaos unleashed upon you. Those around you failed to grasp the enormity of your battle, unable to perceive the darkness that loomed ever closer, whether due to ignorance, fear, or the insidious manipulation of your foes. Their indifference was palpable, their support fading into the shadows, leaving you isolated at the heart of this tempest. In that moment of profound loneliness, you found yourself standing alone, surrounded by an unyielding storm, with no one to reach out to and no sanctuary from the relentless onslaught that sought to engulf you. Your enemies were convinced that this would mark your downfall, believing their carefully orchestrated assault would finally shatter your resolve. They anticipated that the immense weight of their attack would crush your spirit, reducing you to a mere echo of who you once were, buried beneath the debris of their malice. Yet again, they miscalculated. They failed to recognize the essence of your strength. Their assumption that isolation would sap your energy was misguided, for they could not fathom that your true power emanates from within. It is not dependent on external validation or support, but rather a deep, unyielding wellspring of resilience that fortifies you in the face of adversity. This relentless energy, which aimed to strip you of your will, only stoked the flames of determination already flickering within you. As the world appeared to turn its back, you chose to turn inward, drawing upon an abundant reservoir of strength that your enemies could never penetrate. Each wave of adversity became a catalyst, fueling your inner fire and awakening a tenacity that transformed despair into empowerment. In those moments of solitude, you discovered that your spirit, unbreakable and fierce, thrived in the darkness, illuminating the path ahead with a brilliance that no external force could extinguish. As the second attack raged around you, devouring everything in its wake, you remained steadfast at the eye of the storm. Your enemies once again misjudged your capacity for resilience, underestimating the strength that anchored you amidst the chaos. While their fury whirled like a tempest, you found clarity in the stillness, a serene focus that allowed you to navigate through the turmoil with unwavering determination. Their relentless onslaught only served to highlight your unyielding spirit, revealing that you were not merely a target of their aggression, but a formidable force capable of weathering any storm that dared to approach. The absence of those who once stood beside you didn't weaken your resolve. Instead, it illuminated the vast depths of your inner strength. They gravely miscalculated your capacity to thrive without validation or external support, as you transformed their chaos into a fertile ground for growth. While they believed you were alone, floundering in despair, you discovered an unshakable power within that flourished in solitude. Their attempts to isolate you merely showcased their ignorance of your true nature. In their eyes, you were vulnerable, but in reality, you stood tall, fortified by the realization that you were always enough, more potent than they could ever comprehend. What they intended as a decisive strike against you only served to hone your resilience, forging you into a more formidable presence than they could ever anticipate. Each wave of their aggression, meant to instill fear, became fuel for your fire, igniting a fierceness within that remained unyielding. As they unleashed a more powerful assault, you stood firm, unwavering in the face of their darkness, demonstrating that their attempts to extinguish your light were futile. This was no mere coincidence. The forces orchestrating these attacks were calculated, intricate, and far more cunning than you had initially grasped, revealing a depth of strategy that only deepened your resolve to rise above their treachery. These were not random misfortunes or the whims of an indifferent universe. Rather, they were intricately designed maneuvers executed by unseen hands with the intent to unbalance you. Each setback felt like a precision strike, as if the very fabric of your existence was being tugged at by forces that understood your vulnerabilities all too well. They meticulously plotted to exploit your weaknesses, seeking to ensnare you in a web of confusion and despair. The chaos surrounding you was a deliberate orchestration, a sinister plan aimed at disrupting your equilibrium and dismantling your spirit from within. Calculating and deliberate, they moved with a stealthy precision, orchestrating a series of events that would systematically dismantle your foundation. It wasn't enough to create chaos. They aimed to isolate you, erasing every thread of support you once relied on. Their tactics were subtle yet effective, eroding the connections in your life until you found yourself standing at the edge of a precipice, alone and exposed. In their shadows, they reveled in the belief that you would crumble under the weight of solitude, never realizing that their strategy would only serve to ignite the fierce independence that had always resided within you. Your adversaries were not mere foes. They were cunning forces, dedicated to your downfall with an unwavering resolve. Their strategy transcended the usual tactics of confrontation. They sought to unravel your very existence by methodically dismantling your reality, targeting every aspect of your life. They infiltrated your circle, sowing seeds of doubt and confusion, blinding those who once stood beside you to the truth of your plight. With each calculated move, they distracted your allies, ensnaring them in their own webs of illusion, leaving you to battle the tempest alone. Their aim was to isolate you completely, stripping away the support that once fortified your spirit, but little did they know, this would only deepen your resolve and ignite a fierce determination within. They underestimated the depth of your spirit and the strength of your bond with the divine, which proved to be their fatal error. What they envisioned as your demise became the very catalyst for their undoing. You emerged triumphant, not due to their frailty, but because your inner power outshone anything they could muster against you. The tempest that once raged through your existence is now fading, its fierce grip finally relinquishing control. The relentless energies that aim to shatter your essence have been defeated, leaving you standing firm in the light of your resilience. What enveloped you was not mere indifference, it was a sophisticated orchestration of disconnect. These forces twisted the very fabric of your existence, weaving a tapestry of manipulation that rendered the atmosphere thick with uncertainty. They created fissures in the bonds that once held your allies close, planting seeds of doubt in minds that once overflowed with trust. Those who had once stood steadfast began to waver, not through their own choices, but as unwitting participants in a larger game. The subtlety of their influence left them blind to the truth, unwitting pawns in a grand design aimed at isolating you in a struggle they could not even perceive. Yet, amidst this veiled assault, you sensed the truth stirring within, recognizing that their tactics were mere shadows cast upon the strength of your spirit. In their misguided attempts to isolate you, they inadvertently illuminated the depths of their own insecurities. They recognized that confronting your power head-on was futile. Their strategy hinged on eroding your foundation by severing your ties with the world. They envisioned a landscape where your struggles went unseen, a realm where the tempest within you could rage without witness or aid. As they worked tirelessly to transform allies into distant echoes, they failed to grasp a crucial truth. Your strength was never contingent on external validation. Yes, they might have twisted circumstances and distorted relationships, but they could never encroach upon the core of your being. You stood resolute, anchored by an unshakable essence that remained untouched by their schemes. As their efforts intensified to isolate you from the world, they inadvertently showcased the true nature of your resilience. They underestimated the profound truth that your power is self-sustained, a brilliant light that emanates from the core of your being, impervious to their machinations. Their attempts to ensnare those around you only served to amplify your strength, revealing that their manipulations could not extinguish the fire that burns within. Instead of depleting your spirit, their actions unveiled the clarity of your purpose, a force that thrives in the face of adversity. Their blindness to your essence only deepened the chasm between their intentions and your reality, proving that no amount of interference could diminish the brilliance of who you are. You are the beacon of light they dread, and their desperate attempts to isolate you only serve to highlight the depths of their fear regarding your true potential. While they may have cast shadows over others, they failed to dim your vision. You perceive their deceptive game with piercing clarity. You unravel the layers of their orchestrated chaos, discerning the pattern hidden within their turmoil. Their strength is rooted in manipulation, yet your power emerges from unwavering insight and a resilience that transcends their comprehension. This relentless energy, sent with the intent to extinguish your spirit, may loom large and ominous like a thunderous storm, but you stand unyielding, an indomitable force against the tempest they unleashed. Your adversaries were convinced they had crafted a cataclysmic force, a monumental wave designed to engulf you entirely and obliterate your spirit. They unleashed it with the intent to dismantle every ounce of your determination, roaring into your life like a relentless tide. Yet, in their arrogance, they overlooked a vital truth. You were never isolated in this battle. As they amassed their strength, unseen allies rose to your defense, divine energies woven into the very fabric of your existence, silently fortifying your spirit and illuminating your path. These powerful forces, untouched by the schemes and energies wielded by your enemies, flowed through you, offering resilience when you felt depleted and clarity amid the turmoil. They whispered encouragement in the darkest moments, ensuring you remained anchored, even as the tempest raged around you. As the weight of this energy descended, attempting to shroud you in a suffocating darkness, it aimed to extinguish the very essence of your being. The pressure felt relentless, as if the ground itself conspired to swallow you whole, yet amidst this formidable presence, there stirred a force far more powerful. This radiant energy within you rose defiantly, pushing back against the encroaching shadows, illuminating the depths of despair with an unyielding glow. It was a reminder that even in the most oppressive moments, your inner light could not be extinguished. Instead, it burned brighter, transforming the darkness into a canvas for your resilience, igniting the strength that had always dwelled within. In the stillness, where your adversaries thought they had ensnared you, these divine forces surged forth with unwavering strength. They moved quietly, yet powerfully, woven into the very fabric of your existence, far more resilient than any weapon your enemies could devise. They had been your silent guardians, observing and preparing, and when the moment arrived, they emerged with grace and determination. What your enemies mistook for an insurmountable advantage was met by an unstoppable tide of energy that had enveloped you long before their schemes took root. This was not merely a struggle between opposing forces, it was the manifestation of a sacred protection, a guiding light that had shielded your essence from the onset of darkness, reminding you that you were never alone in this fight. With each strike that threatened to unmoor you, the divine power within you absorbed the impact, transforming what was meant to diminish you into mere echoes of their futile efforts. Every assault intended to shatter your spirit was met with a shield of resilience, a protective force that remained unseen and unacknowledged by your adversaries. This energy didn't roar. Instead, it whispered strength into your core, methodically unraveling the fabric of their attack strand by strand. Where they sought to impose despair, you stood firm, fortified by an invisible force that dismantled their resolve, rendering their attempts not only ineffective, but ultimately powerless against the unwavering light that dwelled within you. Your adversaries, blinded by their own arrogance, were left in disbelief as their most formidable weapon disintegrated before the force that had been your constant ally. They failed to grasp that their reliance on sheer power paled in comparison to the boundless strength you drew from the universe itself, a connection that transcended their understanding. This moment was more than just a triumph. It was an awakening to the depths of your true potential. While they relied on intimidation and chaos, you stood anchored in a divine presence that had always safeguarded you. Ultimately, it wasn't merely your resolve that toppled their strongest asset. It was the unwavering support of the unseen energies that had been your steadfast protectors, illuminating the path toward your destiny. They underestimated the depth of your spirit and the strength of your bond with the divine, which proved to be their fatal error. What they envisioned as your demise became the very catalyst for their undoing. You emerged triumphant, not due to their frailty, but because your inner power outshone anything they could muster against you. The tempest that once raged through your existence is now fading, its fierce grip finally relinquishing control. The relentless energies that aim to shatter your essence have been defeated, leaving you standing firm in the light of your resilience. Now, you find yourself at the threshold of an incredible transformation, the long and arduous battle behind you. The heaviness that once clung to your spirit has dissipated, the energy that sought to ensnare your essence finally released. This peace is not merely a temporary escape, it is a profound restoration that you have rightfully earned through the tumult. You are no longer the person you once were. The trials and tempests that aim to dismantle you have instead shaped a resilience that is truly unyielding. This newfound strength pulses within you, a testament to the power you have uncovered in the face of adversity. Each battle scar and every tear shed has crafted a bedrock of resilience within you, an unshakable foundation that stands strong against any future storms. This inner strength has paved the way to the vibrant life you now embrace. The fierce winds that once raged through your world, threatening to uproot everything you cherished, have now surrendered to tranquility. The atmosphere is no longer charged with dread, but instead resonates with the gentle melody of serenity. This peace is not a delicate truce, it is the unwavering calm of a survivor, someone who has confronted the darkest adversities and emerged on the other side, not merely intact, but profoundly transformed. You are currently undergoing a transformation, one that is leading you toward a future free from the burdens of relentless struggle. The ground you stand upon has shifted from unstable and unpredictable to strong and unwavering, mirroring the resilience you've cultivated through your journey. Each step you take now is met with a sense of assurance, a testament to the trials you've faced and the strength you've discovered within. This newfound stability is not just a result of your experiences, but a promise of what lies ahead, an open path inviting you to explore new possibilities with confidence and hope. This is your sanctuary, a realm where you can finally breathe without fear, liberated from the constant vigilance that once defined your existence. The adversaries that haunted your steps, those insidious forces that relentlessly assailed your spirit, have faded into echoes of the past, mere wisps that dissipate with each passing moment. You stand now in the light of a new dawn, where the burdens of yesterday are nothing more than whispers carried away by the breeze. Here you can embrace the freedom to flourish, unencumbered by the shadows that once loomed large over your life. The journey to this moment has been arduous, but now you are free to thrive, with the weight of conflict lifted and the promise of brighter days ahead. The relentless tension that once gripped your heart has finally melted away, leaving behind a serene space where anxiety used to thrive. No longer do you feel the weight of predation as the forces that sought to disrupt your peace have been vanquished, their influence now a distant memory. In this new chapter, you will discover that true rest is not merely the absence of conflict, but a deep, rejuvenating healing that nurtures your very essence. The fragments of your life, once scattered and torn by the chaos, are now weaving together into a beautiful tapestry of hope and possibility, creating a harmonious existence that radiates resilience and joy. Here in this sanctuary of renewal, you can embrace the beauty of your journey and the promise of what lies ahead. The energy enveloping you is one of renewal and growth, transforming every scar and hardship into a testament of strength. You have transcended the struggles that once marked your existence, embracing a profound sense of tranquility that shapes your identity now. This is not just a fleeting pause in the chaos, it signifies the dawn of a new era, free from the chains of discord. You have stepped into a realm where you no longer merely endure but flourish, unlocking a reservoir of potential that was once obscured by turmoil. Here, in this fertile ground of possibility, your authentic power blossoms, radiating hope and resilience as you embark on a journey filled with promise and purpose. You have been meticulously shaped for this moment, not merely to survive, but to thrive amidst the tranquility that surrounds you. The struggles of the past fade into distant echoes, replaced by a horizon brimming with endless possibilities. Each step forward is lightened by the absence of fear and doubt, allowing your spirit to soar freely into the uncharted expanse ahead. Here, the path unfolds in vibrant hues of opportunity, inviting you to explore and embrace all that life has to offer. This is your time to cultivate dreams, to bask in the richness of potential, and to create a reality that reflects the strength you've cultivated through adversity. Peace is not merely a fleeting moment, it is the foundation of your new existence, a sanctuary where you can truly thrive. The conflicts that once raged around you have dissipated, leaving in their wake a clear path illuminated by the light of your true potential. Those who sought to undermine you unleashed their fiercest attempts, convinced they could extinguish your spirit at last. Yet time and again, their efforts fell apart against the unwavering resilience you embody. They never comprehended the depth of your strength, and as their plans crumbled, you emerged not just unscathed, but emboldened, ready to embrace the life you have long deserved. What they believed would break you has instead become the very catalyst for your transformation, reinforcing your spirit and resolve. Now they exist as mere echoes of a past that no longer holds sway over your life. You stand enveloped in divine protection, an impenetrable shield against any forces that once tried to undermine you. The energies that aim to drag you down have been vanquished, their influence rendered impotent in the face of your unwavering growth. They will remain lost, forever disconnected from the empowered version of you that has emerged, and they will never find a way back into your life. The connection you share with the guiding forces is a lifeline, steadfast and unwavering. As you move ahead, you carry with you an undeniable certainty that no adversary, regardless of its strength, can reach you now. This bond empowers you, instilling a profound sense of security that shields you from harm. Each step you take is infused with the knowledge that you are surrounded by a protective energy that reinforces your resolve, ensuring that the challenges of the past are left behind, forever out of reach. Now is the moment for you to unveil your journey, a narrative rich with resilience and strength that the world longs to hear. Share how you rose above the challenges, how you remained steadfast when forces aimed to drag you under. Speak your truth, for in revealing your experience, you will ignite a spark in others, urging them to uncover the power that lies dormant within themselves. Your tale transcends mere survival. It is a testament to triumph and transformation. Let your voice resonate, empowering those around you to embrace their own battles and emerge victorious.